Well, my friend the Paratrooper and I have made it to Atlantic City. We are now in the Rendezvous Tower of Resorts Hotel in what is officially labeled the 50th floor, but it's really more like the 17th or so, just because of numbering conventions or whatever. It's a pretty nice room, a lot larger than, the little motel room that we had in Harrisburg a few weeks ago. We're very happy to be here. A little burnt, but it's okay. And it's nice to be back in Atlantic City. It's a very fun place. We'll try to show you as much as we can. I mean, we probably can't film inside the casino floor, but, we'll show. There's still a lot else to see in the city, so you'll enjoy a nice treat. And here is the view from the window. We're facing roughly northeast. As you can see, there's the Trump Taj Mahal, and behind it is a new casino that they're building. It's not yet finished. You have the showboat, and in this direction you have the rest of Atlantic City, or a good portion of it. Another town there in the distance, not sure what it's called, have to look that up later. Down here you have some parking garages for the various casinos, and you have a couple pools on the roof over there, and over here you have the ocean. It's quite majestic, and you can even see the pier with the all the rides from here. It's really a cool view. I mean, it's not directly an oceanside view, but at least it somewhat is, because you can see all this. So we're very happy with what we've got. So, Mr. Paratrooper, what is it exactly about Atlantic City that is so fascinating to you? Because I know that you come here quite often.
Well, it's Suddenplant. I not only come here to gamble. I mean, I can get that from any Pennsylvania casino, but the good thing about this place is there's a lot more to do besides gambling. I mean, whenever I come here, I always walk the boardwalk once or twice. There's all kinds of nice restaurants and shops, and plenty of other casinos for you to walk through and to soak in the atmosphere, and nice weather to go along with it. It's just a more inviting place than any Pennsylvania casino.
Yeah. As you can see, the floors start on 33, so by being on 50, we're more like 17 or 20.
Yeah, yeah.
So, my good sir, what are we going to do next?
We are going to visit the awesome resort's pool. Not only their pool, but also their jacuzzi and their sauna as well.
Sweet. Can hardly wait.
Oh, yes. Well, Suddenplant, how silly of a morning have we had already?
Well, it's been kind of ridiculous. First, we went down to the casino floor, and then back up to our rooms. Then back down to the pool, back down to our rooms again, and then down to the buffet, and back to our rooms again.
Why?
I don't know. We're just really disorganized. We've gone up and down these elevators like 4 different times. It's very silly.
Can't we make up our minds as though what the hell we're doing?
I guess not.
Well, we're going to check in later and see and make sure that the rest of our day isn't as disorganized and stupid as this morning has been.
Yes. Well, Mr. Paratrooper, it's now around 4 o'clock. And what have we done so far today?
Well, even though we woke up at 10, we pretty much, moseyed around for, a few, until around the 12. I think our, day truly started at 12 when we started off our day with a nice buffet over at the resort's buffet, and then we went out on the boardwalk, and then we got over to the arcade over by the Tropicana Casino, and we each played Pac-Man in there, and you, Suddenplant, came out on top for
oh yes, I did. I got 60,000 points at Pac-Man, didn't I?
Yeah, and I only got like 24,000.
Yeah, but then we both sucked at Miss Pac-Man, didn't we?
Yeah, I admit, it just wasn't our day today.
Yeah. We also saw the fountain show over at the mall.
That's always an Atlantic City tradition.
And
we also took a walk around the Tropicana.
Yeah, we did. And we also got Rita's, didn't we?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we love Rita's. What flavor did you get?
Swedish fish.
I got wild black cherry. It was very delicious.
And now it's time for us to enjoy the resort's pool.
Yes, it is.
So we'll be signing off for now.
Well, I showed you the view at 10 in the morning. This is the view at 4 in the afternoon. Pretty cool. If you look at the right time, you might see a helicopter flying by because you can buy helicopter rides from that pier down there. And here is Atlantic City about 6:01 in the evening. Not too much different except for the long shadows. And you just missed a helicopter landing on the pier down there. So, Mr. Paratrooper, how did you like that pool?
I love that pool. In fact, when we got into that water, that was just so warm and refreshing. It's like, if that pool, didn't close at 6 o'clock, you know what? We'd still be in there.
Yeah, I bet we would. But anyway, what we're going to do now?
It's time to go to work, my good friend.
Yes, it's time to take our money and lose it.
Lose as much money as we can.
Yes, because the house always wins. But we're suckers anyway, so we're going to do it.
Yep.
Alright, let's go. Alright, well, it's 6:01 right now. We'll check in a few hours and tell you how our gaming session went. It's Suddenplant and the Paratrooper here with your gambling update. We just got back to the room. It's about midnight. We've been out for about 6 hours since we last spoke. And we've had a pretty good day, wouldn't you say?
Well, here's what we did today. I would say we had a total of about a 3-hour gaming session, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it was 2 parts. The first part that we did, I went through $40, but fortunately I was able to redeem, I got a new card, and I was able to get $50 free of points to play with that card. So I went through that, and I actually got a jackpot that was pretty good, and I ended up with about $50, which made me $10 ahead from where I had been. At the same time, how did you do in that first round?
Well, here's exactly what happened to me. Since I have been a card-carrying member of resorts for a couple months now, since last November, they gave me $10 of a free slot play for this month. So I used up my $10 and I played blackjack for about, I'd say, an hour. And so when I was done with that, I used up my $10. So I really didn't lose anything because it wasn't my money. Then I decided to sit down at this game called All That Glitters. I ended up losing $20 on that. So at the end of my first gaming session, I was down 20. And so that's exactly where, we decided to take a break and get a nice meal at the Breadsticks Cafe and Grill.
Oh, that was good, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I had a great batch of French onion soup. We each had 3 delicious rolls, and I had a great platter of a meatloaf. And the plate just looked so dignified the way it was set up.
Yeah, and I had a open-faced turkey with mashed potatoes and cranberry sauce, and some Budweiser on the side, and it was very delicious.
Then we took, about an hour and a half nighttime boardwalk walk.
Yeah,
nice and pleasant, just to,
just a stroll, to see the sights. We took a walk on the steel pier, and then we decided it was time for another gambling session. Now, this one was the one where the magic happened. You see, I still had about 20 comp dollars to spend, and I played on one machine and lost $10 pretty quickly. I went to another machine. I actually gained some money. I was up $30 from the $10 I started with, but I eventually blew through that $30 as well. So now all my comp dollars are gone. Meanwhile, the Paratrooper here has returned to All That Glitters. And tell them what happened at that machine.
Well, unfortunately, my second go-round of All That Glitters kind of took out my 20 bucks like mad, you know. The next game we played, I think it was called like Red Hot Super Jackpot or something like that. I ended up winning on a one single spin about $78.
Yeah. Paratrooper here was, you know, gambling through his money. So we were playing at the Red Hot Super Egyptian Jackpot, and I had blown through the last few dollars of my comp dollars, and I was like, you know what, I'm done for the night. I've used up all my free money. I could either use some more of my money, or I could just quit. And at first I'm like, well, I'm going to quit. And then the Paratrooper here is gambling for a little bit, and I'm like, you know what, it couldn't hurt to put in $10 more. So I didn't have a 10, I put in a 20. I'm like, when I get down to $10, then I'll quit and cash out. But on my third or fourth spin of that machine, and keep in mind, I was playing with the maximum amount that this machine would allow. On the third or fourth spin, I won $160. So, yes, I did. $160. So shortly after that, after a few more spins just to press my luck, I cashed it out, and I ended up with, I turned my $20 into $160 at the end. So overall, I turned out today to have $150 more than I did before I ever gambled today. Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
I could have stayed down there and lost all that $160 and perhaps more, but the thing is, sometimes you have to know when to quit when you're ahead. And that's what I did. When you gamble at Atlantic City, oftentimes you will find that you will get ahead for a certain period of time. For example, last year, I was once $50 ahead at one point, but I blew through it and I ended up $40 in the hole at the end of the day. But now I realized, hey, I just won this huge amount of money, so I'm like, you know, this is good, I'm going to quit. And believe it or not, I was just adding up all the numbers, Paratrooper, and it turns out that I have actually spent nothing on this trip, because everything that I spent with gas and food and everything else I've made up for with that one jackpot. Isn't that amazing? So what do you think about my win today?
I'm impressed. I really am. It's you, as I said, you know, there's people who come to Atlantic City and leave there thinking, what the hell did I do that for? But you are one of those cases in which it was actually for your benefit that you came down here.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, you know what that makes us, Paratrooper? That makes us winners.
Yes, it does.
All right.
You know,
good gambling with you.
Yes, it was. It was a good gambling session today. Mm-hmm. Let's see see where this goes tomorrow.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Atlantic City at midnight. So you can see the showboat over there, and you can see the Trump. Down there you can see the roofs from before, and at this point it's impossible to tell the ocean from the sky because it's just so dark. But you can still see the pier down there, just faintly. All the lights are off except a couple, but yeah, Atlantic City doesn't truly sleep, but it gets a little drowsy at night, so we're saying good night for now, and we'll see the city in the morning.